This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network.
This is how it's always been. I'm on the outside looking in.
Welcome to Double Love, the podcast in which we explore the strange and terrifying world of Sweet Valley High, book by book. I'm Anna Carey.
I'm Karen Moynihan.
And we are back with the greatest story ever told.
I mean, I'm such a fan. I'm living for this fucking vampire series. The Dark Shadows trilogy. I simply cannot get enough.
Seriously, I can't believe we're on the last one. Only 2 episodes left now. And then it's got to be all downhill from here. I'm sorry.
And then that's it for vampires until we get to SVU and there's another vampire.
Yay!
Because of course.
Why wouldn't there be?
I love it. It's like werewolves. No, obviously they're not real. Vampires, however, completely different story.
It is amazing. And somebody did say, you know, was this inspired by Buffy? But Buffy didn't start till early 1997. I know this as somebody who was quite the fan back in the day. And this is, I guess, Jonathan Cain is ahead of his time.
There you go.
Yeah. He is no Spike. I'll tell you that much.
He's no Spike. He's no evil angel. He's simply he's his own kind of vampire. The most catastrophically unsexy one we have ever come across. It's actually impressive, in fairness.
It is. Well, we're here for his last hurrah, and it is Kiss of a Killer.
Great title. Love it.
And we will start, as ever, with when we start a new book, with tagline and blurb. So here's the tagline. Jessica wants to be with Jonathan forever.
No.
What could that mean?
Who knows?
Can you share the blurb?
Jessica Wakefield has finally gotten Jonathan Cain to admit that he loves her. Then she finds out the shocking truth about him. Does she? Does she ever? Is Jessica willing to give up her life to keep Jonathan's love?
I mean, is this really an issue?
I also don't know that there's never really a point that she does find out the shocking truth about him, though, at the same time. It's all kind of dreamy and weird.
It's implied.
Jessica.
There's visions. Visions are being had.
There are visions aplenty. We can say that much for sure. So yes, it continues. Elizabeth Wakefield has made a terrifying discovery. Jonathan Cain's past is more horrible, more twisted than she'd ever imagined. And Jessica is under his spell.
I'm just going to say, she has made quite a very, very similar discovery in a very literal sense before, which she never mentions. In terms of research and finding things and a lot of books.
A lot of books.
But actually, sorry, that's in the second half. So...
Yes, we'll get to it. But yes, now Elizabeth must save her twin from a fate worse than death. But is Elizabeth strong enough to stop a creature of the night?
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, then it's the kind of the end tag that's on all of these, which is experience the horror lurking in the shadows in this final title in a horrifying 3-part miniseries.
Double use of the word horror, sort of. So, we know that these books aren't being edited. So that's
they did not give a shit at this point. Truly.
Wow. Well, I'm genuinely kind of heartbroken that we are reaching the end of this trilogy.
I know, but look, we're gonna wring 2 episodes out of it. I'm sure they'll be over 2 hours long a piece. So don't worry, we have plenty to chat about. Just yet, it's not over yet.
It certainly isn't. It ain't over till the raven sings.
Oh boy!
And we have one last US cover to describe. Can you do the honors, Karen?
I would love to. This is a fucking banger of a cover.
Oh my God.
I love it. Which is kind of rare for these later era kind of covers, past the James Matthews golden period that we had there for a while. So, okay, but like this is fantastic. So it's Jessica and Jonathan standing on the beach at night. There's a huge full moon with some spooky clouds going across it up in the sky. Jessica's eyes are closed. Her head is thrown back, neck bared, very long neck on Jessica in this one. She's wearing a white dress, sleeveless, silky, gorgeous.
Of course.
Jonathan, I mean, he's kind of like a, I don't know, Deal's Jim Morrison is that kind of the vibe.
Yeah.
Do you know
Maybe.
he's got
a
long
bigger
hair.
chin.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, it's all wrong, but that seems to be kind of what they're going for here. He's got the long hair. He's looking down at her neck. His arms are wrapped around her waist. He's hilariously wearing his ankh from the cover of Dance of Death, which is never mentioned in the actual books. So I love that the writer or the artist was just like, okay, we need to spooky this guy up a little bit.
Give him an ankh.
Give him an ankh, that'll do. Supernatural enough for me. So he's wearing a white t-shirt. He's wearing, I guess they're either black jeans or they're leather pants. I'm not sure. They are black trousers of some description.
I'd say just jeans. I think leather would be too racy.
You know what? You're right, actually. So the waves are crashing in the background, and then in the corner
oh my God,
we have an angry mob approaching.
We literally do.
So they're carrying flashlights and big sticks, and they look really cross.
They're sort of, I was wondering where they like the formerly goth teens of Sweet Valley, but initially they kind of look like cops.
They do a bit, actually. Yeah, it looks like they're in uniforms, but
yeah,
it's hard to tell, actually. Are they meant to be cops or kids? I mean...
Who knows? In this town, the law enforcement is, again, not doing its job.
Well, this is it. So, yeah, I love the addition of the angry mob coming into view from the corner. I love this cover. I think it's absolutely gas. And 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh, likewise. One of the best, I think.
It's up there. It's up there for these later covers for sure. And actually I do like the detail that Jonathan is wearing his little onyx and silver ring as well on his finger.
Yes.
So that is some nice attention to detail, which we don't always get with these. But and also, you know, this scene isn't exactly how it plays out, but like elements of it all happen at some point in the book. So I'll allow it.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
Well, we begin this book more or less where we left off at the murder party in Jonathan's pit of a house.
His horrible house.
And you might recall that the last book ended with Liz fainting. So many people lose consciousness in these books. But she wakes to find herself gazing into Todd's coffee brown eyes.
Yeah, she's a bit confused. She kind of can't exactly remember what happened. So she's a bit like all over the place, but she is really happy to see Todd and feels very safe in his arms and wants to stay there forever. But then, of course, it all comes rushing back to her. What's after happening? The sound of Amy Sutton screaming kind of like comes back. And she remembers that yes, Katrina Sutton, Amy's expendable cousin, has, of course, been killed.
She has. Now, in my memory, she was killed in the hall. And now she's in the sitting room.
Oh, I think it was in the living room.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Maybe.
I thought it was there at the foot of the stairs.
Oh, that was on the book cover.
Oh, you're right. Well, I don't know. Why am I thinking that could be in any way canon? So I do like that she has a little moment with Todd before she remembers the whole fucking corpse element of this evening.
Like mere feet away there is a dead girl, but but it's a nice moment between Liz and Todd because they know how to pick them.
Yep. So we get a little recap of the end of the last book and the party and the lights going out and Liz and Todd going down to try and sort out the fuse box. And we get a twin comparison, which I think is quite early in the game. And then, yes, how they returned to find Katrina Sutton lying motionless with a horrible bite mark on her neck. Her skin is white and waxy as the extinguished candles that circle the room.
My goodness.
Very dramatic.
So dramatic. So many candles. This whole place is such a fire hazard.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's just full of dust and it was like rickety old furniture.
Oh God.
Well, meanwhile, while all this is going on, Jessica is still snuggling up with Jonathan on what we're now told is a bare mattress. Now, I seem to recall that it was like a dusty duvet the last time.
Yeah, because there's this 4-poster bed in a bedroom upstairs, and it's like, oh, is this Jonathan's bedroom? But yeah, when she sat down on the bed, literally a cloud of dust came up off the covers. Now it's a bare mattress. It's just, it goes from one kind of grim to another.
Yeah,
every
it
page.
does. So squalid. By the way, now Jonathan's radiant blue eyes are piercing hers like laser beams.
Oh no.
Added lasers to the mix with the disco balls.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So he gives her a deep, searing kiss. We get a recap of their stupid relationship. And now he's declared his love. And she wants to stay in his arms forever. But then screams invade her thoughts. And when she's like, oh, what's going on? Jonathan arches his eyebrows. Is like, I haven't the faintest idea. Like, he has no... His vibe is so stupid.
So dumb.
Like, it's so inconsistent. Sometimes he's all like, oh, I don't know. And then sometimes he's meant to be kind of tortured. And there's just no consistency whatsoever.
No, like his personality is all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, barely a personality at all.
Well, yeah.
So downstairs we learned that none of these fucking agents have called 999 or 911.
Yeah, that's it. It takes Liz to like come out of her fainting spell to have a look around and then yell for someone to call an ambulance. Like, it's kind of mad because everyone apparently is just standing there staring at the scene unfolding. But yeah, so Liz comes to and then takes charge of the whole situation. So she orders someone to ring an ambulance. She starts doing CPR on Katrina, in fairness to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess everyone's just kind of standing around being absolutely useless and no help whatsoever. But yeah, Liz is kind of working away. She's trying to get Katrina back, but like she's just like, you're going to make it, Katrina, she vowed. Like,
very Sweet Valley.
It's very Sweet Valley. You know, Katrina just didn't want it enough, so oh well.
she went towards the light.
She did.
Oh, by the way, while she's doing CPR with such vigor, by the way, that sweat is pouring off her face, which is, you know, quite a lot of vigor. She does see the portrait. Her eyes fall on the portrait of a young man in 18th century riding garb, and something about the picture nags at her for an instant. Yes, it's got Jonathan's face.
Yeah. Quite obviously Jonathan. But yes, she turns her attention back to Katrina and keeps going with the CPR. So she's just kind of trying to help, I guess. But but in the meantime, Jessica's upstairs and she's just really angry that someone was rude enough to interrupt her extremely romantic moment with Jonathan. And it's like, really romantic on a bare mattress in this manky falling apart house? Are you serious, Jessica?
I mean, this is the girl who had the most romantic moments of her life in the back of the sex van. So,
very true. Yeah, her standards are rock bottom.
There was an old stained mattress in there too.
At least she's indoors this time.
There's a roof, a proper roof. It's not on wheels. Well, she stomps downstairs, literally stomps, and goes, what is the meaning of this? Can't you guys? I love the idea that anybody at a party would come down and go, I was going to get fingered upstairs and you stopped it. Like, no one would act like this.
It's so funny that she's like that entitled that she stomps downstairs to tell everyone off for being too noisy while she's trying to get finger banged. It's just like, Jessica, get several grips, please.
Oh, that ship sailed. So she's basically can't wait to rage at somebody for, I was gonna say, what's the girl equivalent of cock blocking? But she comes down shouting away at the top of her voice, finally notices that Liz is like giving CPR to a dead girl, and Amy is hysterical. And Jessica's just like, what happened? What do you think? Like, she's asking Amy this while Amy is obviously sobbing too much to speak.
Oh, God. Yeah. So Lila kind of answers Jessica. She's like, look, the lights went off. When they came back on, Katrina was like that. Poor Amy is absolutely inconsolable. Like, she's crying her eyes out. She's so upset. And Lila is just like, this is absolutely horrible. And when she's talking to Jessica, she's saying that's even worse than that other time, alluding to her and Jessica finding poor Dean in the dumpster at the back of the Dairy Burger. Yeah. Yep.
So many corpses discovered in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
And so, yes, Jonathan turns, joins, moves with a strength and grace that takes Jessica's breath away, even in the midst of the horror, because she cannot stop perving on anybody. Even at the even next to a corpse. She feels a glimmer of hope as she watches him pick up Katrina's arm and then take her pulse. And she thinks proudly Jonathan can do just about anything. What is wrong with her?
It's crazy. But yeah, she's just like, she was sure if anyone could save Katrina's life, he could. Like, what are you talking about? But like, he just kind of drops Katrina's arm and he's like, it's no use, Liz. She's dead.
The dropping. It's like he releases his hold on the girl's arm, letting it flop back down to the floor.
So disrespectful.
Yeah, exactly. In front of her cousin, no less.
God.
So meanwhile, Enid is absolutely miserable. Apparently the sight, not about the murder, but about the sight of Jonathan and Jessica descending the stairs together like a king and queen.
Oh God, poor Enid. She has just lost all sense and reason at this point. So like, yeah, she kind of doesn't give a shit about Katrina. What she's really upset about is Jonathan's betrayal of her, and like she's just really taking it so badly that he's clearly with Jessica now, and that they were clearly up to something upstairs. She's just like, how could you do this to me, Jonathan? She silently cried. Don't you know how much I love you? Yeah, so Enid's just like, well, some party this turned out to be. Katrina Sutton's dead. Jessica stole Jonathan away from me. Like, this is all pointless.
She literally thinks...
as if these are the same thing, like in order of magnitude, yeah.
Like, she literally thinks, some party, Katrina Sutton dropped dead.
Yikes.
Like, so disrespectful from her. Oh, then she thinks the night was a total bust. Ugh. God, poor you, Enid. Sorry about that murder.
I know, like, I do love Goth Enid, but her priorities are absolutely fucked in this book, unfortunately. Like, she's just fully, like, under his thrall and, yeah, to her absolute detriment.
Very much so. So then the ambulance and the police turn up, and for once the paramedics do their job, surround Katrina's body. But Enid is more interested in Jonathan and how he's always in control. He looks cool, calm, and collected. And we're reminded of how she's basically debased herself, shamelessly chasing him without a thought to her own pride, and how she has dropped Liz like a rancid potato. I mean, good.
Yeah, I also just rancid potato. Okay.
Not hot.
Rancid potato. Fantastic. I love it.
She's still not ready to give up on Jonathan because she loves him so much. But the paramedics then declare that Katrina is no more, and Enid can hear them say that she's just like the others. And then one of the cops basically says, yep, looks like this girl was killed by the same person who's committed 2 similar murders in the past few weeks. And they're all like, what?
Why are you announcing this to a room full of teenagers? Like,
yeah. Oh well, their treatment of minors, as we know, is sketchy at best.
So bad, so bad.
Well, Lena decides she's going home because she can't bear to look at Jonathan, and when she tries to leave the house, the cop, actually for once doing their job, is like, "No, you actually all have to be questioned because this is a murder scene." So Enid decides she's gonna do a little bit of housework.
Oh, God, this made me so sad. Yeah, because she thinks, would Jonathan love me again if I helped him clean up this place? Because, of course, she sits down on a sofa next to the fireplace and another fucking cloud of dust races up from it because this house is disgusting. So she just thinks, this is Jessica would never think of doing this. So her plan is to clean his house, basically. And I'm just like, Enid, have some self-respect, please. I hate this.
Oh my God. Like, she imagines the grateful look on Jonathan's face when she offered to vacuum and dust after the party. No. Come on.
No.
Oh, it is hilarious, but no, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So we cut to Todd's BMW and he's giving Liz a lift home after the party, and they're driving in silence, but it's actually kind of a nice silence, and Todd is very sympathetic in this book, I have to say.
Oh my God, 100%. Yeah. Like, they're actually kind of like loosely holding hands as they're driving home as well. And he's like, he is so great with Liz because he knows like how upset she is. So he is, minding her. And he does think back that, even though she cheated on him, he can't help his feelings for her. Even after seeing her kiss Joey, he still cares about her and realizes he always will. So we do kind of get a recap as well of Liz's quite detailed cheating on him with Joey.
Not the first cheating.
Oh, I know. But yeah, so he's just like, after all the horror they'd been through, he still just feels close to Liz and closer than he has in a long time. And he admits to himself that he'd never stopped loving her, even after all her fucking shenanigans.
Oh my God. So he takes her hand to his lips and gives it a gentle kiss, and she gives a sort of a little sigh, and they're really having a nice moment. And he's like, look, I'm going to give her another chance. I'll forgive her for Joey, and I don't care if getting back together might make me look like a sap. Liz is much more important to him than any sort of public image. And they really share a moment. And he's about to tell her when they arrive at the casa, he's about to tell her how much he misses her. And then what did he see outside?
Oh, well, then he notices fucking Joey's Land Rover apparently is parked in the Wakefield driveway. So Todd just like, let's go overhand, like slams on the brakes. And Liz is like, what's the matter? And he's just like, as if you didn't know, in his head is what he's saying. Because he's squeezing the steering wheel as he would have liked to squeeze Joey Mason's throat at that moment. Because, of course, officially Liz is still with Joey. And I don't know how she hasn't noticed his car obnoxiously parked in the fucking driveway. So she's like, what's wrong?
Oh my God.
You're still with that dickhead. That's what's wrong.
She is the worst in this book. Like, her treatment of, like, her behavior with Todd and Joey is so shitty. It's even shitty to Joey, even though he's terrible.
Which is saying a lot, because Joey's a fucking creep and I hate him. But Liz does herself absolutely no favors in this book. She's kind of a nightmare. Yeah.
Oh my God, completely. So Todd is like, well, you're home, bye. Yeah. And she just gives him a long, probing look. Of course, doesn't fucking say anything. And then gets out, and Todd just zooms down the road and thinks, once a sap, always a sap.
Oh, Todd. Like, he actually has to pull over because he's so upset. Like, he's shaking, and he has to, like, calm himself down and try to, like, make himself breathe properly so he can actually drive home safely. Like, he's so upset. Poor Todd.
He literally shouts in the car, when will I ever learn? When indeed, Todd.
Todd, you won't. You simply refuse to. You sweet dummy.
So, we cut to Jonathan's filthy kip, because apparently everyone else has left, and now it's his turn to be interrogated by Sweet Valley's finest. Well, that's not saying much.
That's hilarious. A lot of combo of words.
What an oxymoron.
Truly.
So he they're just getting him to run through what happened and what he saw, and they say like, oh, you say your parents are in Europe on business, and he's like trying not to sound bored because he's getting tired of repeating himself. It's like, take this seriously, Jonathan. If I was somebody who'd been pursued by angry mobs multiple times, I'd be a little bit worried about the police coming into my house.
This is the thing. He's been around for a while. You kind of feel like he'd be used to just keeping the head down and just kind of diffusing all these situations and not like making things worse for himself. But like ridiculously, because he's getting so fed up with this, he's like, oh, would you like a cup of coffee? Some wine, perhaps? And he's like, pleased with the gracious tone of his voice. It's like, Jonathan, you're such an idiot.
He's such a weirdo.
Like
not in a cool way.
Offering wine to the cops as he's posing as a high school student. It's like, how do you think this is going to go, even with the Sweet Valley cops, who we know are useless, but still, come on.
Yeah. Also, we get some terrible retconning, because you know how we were quite taken with the fact that he just left his stove turned over.
Huge hole, rusted in the bottom. We're very focused on this like horrible stove that's been kicked over in his kitchen, and it's been like mentioned a good bit in the last two books too. It's not just us fixating. It's a proper established fact of this house.
Oh, until now, because now we're told, although the kitchen was still quite bare, Jonathan had managed to find a stove and a refrigerator that worked. It was enough to make the room appear functional.
Lies.
Absolute bullshit.
How dare they? We know what that stove looks like. Don't try and trick us.
He was making hilarious bantering jokes about it the last time. But anyway, Officer Reyes, for it is he is back on the scene. His eyes narrowed, and he says, we take underage drinking very seriously around here. I mean, you don't have to, because none of them do it.
No, well, except for Bruce Batman. He usually has a nagging of whiskey or something.
That's true. But Jonathan is like So ridiculous in response to this. He raises his hands and shakes his head. He's like, and I'd never touched the stuff, but I found a bottle of old wine in an upstairs closet. The previous owners of this house probably left it behind. Would you drink wine that had been left by whoever left the house in this state?
Oh my God. I know, like wine that you find in a derelict house. Like, ooh, delicious. Yeah, the cops are trying to just get him back on track and they're like, where are your parents right now? Like, what the hell is going on here? So he tells them that his parents are in Germany. And they're like, okay, where in Germany? And he's like, I don't know exactly. And starts
Go to Kiel, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. He's like, I'm sure they'll call me from there. So,
by the way, it does call Mainz a village. It is quite a large city as far as I know.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't know that, though. He's not very clued in.
Well, we do learn that he is from, well, can I say Germany?
I mean, what is now Germany, I guess. Yeah.
Yes. I guess, or possibly Poland, depending on which side of the border it was. But
very true. Yeah.
Yes, he is Germanic. So I guess his parents are in that landmass somewhere. But yeah, he reveals that they are musicologists.
Yeah, he says they're on a research trip. There's some cache of music manuscripts that have been discovered in an abandoned farmhouse in Germany. And the cops are just like, okay, we want to speak to your parents as soon as possible. So Jonathan's like, yeah, they'll call the police station. You know, as soon as I hear from them, I'll let them know. And apparently the cops are happy enough with this. And they're like, okay, that's fine. Bye.
Leave this minor on his own. In a murder house.
In a murder house, which is a murder scene.
Yeah.
Oh, just what is happening?
And it's like, don't forget the curfew.
See ya.
So they leave and we're reminded that most of the party debris has been cleaned away by Enid. And he's so awful. Again, worse than the murdering, because he calls Enid one of his hopeless admirers. And we're told he chuckled as he recalled how difficult it had been to get rid of Enid that evening. The foolish girl had demanded the privilege of serving as his housemaid. Fuck off.
Oh, he sucks.
Literally.
Yeah, actually.
So, yeah, he realizes that he has to leave Sweet Valley, and apparently that has never, been a problem for him in the past because he's never become attached to people. But only one person is keeping him there now.
Oh, God. Yeah. So he thinks of Jessica. And when he does so, he hangs his head and moaned aloud. It's like wandering around this horrible house going,
There's a lot of moaning.
He does, but he just simply cannot tear himself away from Jessica Wakefield. She has managed to wedge herself into his life and his heart in a way no girl had in a long, long time, apparently. And he simply cannot push the image of her away. She's so beautiful and sweet and willing.
It's the willing. Ugh.
Willing, yeah, well, she is.
Well,
but yeah, he's just gazing sadly at the portrait above the fireplace, and just kind of admonishes himself. He's like, I should have left this place days ago. So yeah, he can't leave, but he knows he should.
But then, so he wishes he crushes out the last of the fire in the grate and wishes that he could crush the fire in his heart. But then a small, cunning voice in his head asks, but why leave her behind? Why not take Jessica away with me? The voice, no!
Amazing. He's fully having a conversation with himself here, because then he's like,
he whispers.
Sharing my life with Jessica, he whispered.
He imagines... Oh yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, he thinks that her beauty and vivaciousness would make his world bright again and could maybe help him find the joy that he'd lost. But then again, he's kind of like just raging this argument all by himself, where he's like, no, she belongs right where she is in her own world. Yeah, he's just
he chucks the poker across the room. Like, he's literally throwing a fucking poker around and it smashes into the plaster wall. Like, he is unhinged.
I know. Maybe this house was actually fine when he moved in and he's just absolutely wrecked it with all his internal arguments.
Well, speaking of wrecking the gaff, there's a noise on the front porch and Jonathan's heart throbs painfully. That is not the only thing throbbing painfully, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. He waits and then of course he hears Jessica cry and he groans, Jessica, but she keeps banging at the door and thumping hard enough to rattle the walls. And then we're told Jonathan smiled tenderly as he pictured Jessica standing on the other side of the door.
Oh God, okay.
Trying to kick her way to him.
This image is so funny. Just Jessica losing her fucking mind out on that porch, trying to kick the door in to get to him. And he's just like, Jessica, what am I going to do with her?
True love.
She is just going fully feral on the other side of the door.
It's the smiling tenderly as he thinks of her like kicking the fucking door down. It's just amazing.
It's so funny. She's pleading to be let in. And of course, his honourable intentions crumble to dust because he's powerless against Jessica. She's his strongest, or his weakness. His weakness is Jessica, basically. Yeah.
Yes. So we cut to the front porch of the casa, and Joey is hearing all about the evening, and he comforts her, of course, with a tender kiss, and she thinks how gorgeous he is, and he does admit that he was angry with her for keep the party from him, which was kind of shitty because remember he had to find out with Caroline Pierce.
Of course, yeah, which got immediately rumbled in her lie. But then he does say he actually doesn't mind now that he wasn't at the party, considering how badly it turned out.
Say the least. So they end up kissing, and Liz is trying to lose herself in his kiss, but she's pretty sure that the sight of his car was why Todd headed off in a huff. And Liz, no shit. But I would say Joey's like, "You're really upset, aren't you?" He asked gently. She was literally giving CPR to a murder victim like an hour ago. Of course she's upset.
Who she initially thought was her sister again. But Joey's terrible.
Oh, he's gross because he's like, "Well, I recommend good night's sleep and hot, heavy dreams about me. God. I'll call you tomorrow and you can tell me all about them."
Joey, read the fucking room. Like, she's traumatized and you're there being like, have some sexy dreams about me. Like, shut up.
Well, he leaves, thank goodness, and then Liz goes inside. We're told that Ned and Alice are at the Raz again.
Fantastic. Love this for Ned and Alice. I was like, yes, you should just check out of this entire series. It's ridiculous. You might as well go get hammered at Cafe Theatre again.
Yep, there's a serial killer on the loose, and yes, your very unreliable children are meant to be under curfew, and just leave them to it. Sure, they won't leave the house at all. So Liz does wonder if her twin powers are malfunctioning because she keeps feeling that Jessica is in danger, but she knows she isn't because apparently she's over comforting Amy. Now, how long do you think that's lasting?
I know, yeah. But yeah, as far as Liz is concerned, that's where Jessica is. And it's like, do you really think she's still there and that she wouldn't sneak off somewhere else? Like, just come on. You know her. Which
do you think is more important to her? Her supposed close friend's bereavement in horrible circumstances or getting the shift?
Well, there you go.
So we cut to the mansion and Jessica's all pissed off, basically because Jonathan is poking the fire. It's, oh no, oh, don't. I nearly said something even more gutterish. My mind is constantly in the gutter in these books, but in fairness, who can blame me?
I mean, I feel like that's fair enough.
So he's poking the fire instead of her. There you go.
There you go.
I said
it. So naturally, she's very cross about this.
She genuinely is. That is what her problem is. She's like, oh, maybe I should have said Amy's. Yeah, maybe you fucking should have.
Yeah, Amy's cousin was just murdered. But anyway, yeah, here she is. Jonathan turns around and he's like, yeah, I agree. So Jessica gets upset and she's like, I thought you really cared. I guess I was wrong. I'm leaving. So of course Jonathan's like, no, and like runs to her side and pulls her into his arms and tells her that he loves her. He loves her so much it hurts. Which of course is all she wants to hear. But she's also like, then why do you keep pushing me away? Jonathan's moaning again. It's like, ugh, he does so much moaning and groaning out loud. It's gross.
It's so gross. Just imagine him constantly just like being
Jonathan, shut up. Worst vampire ever.
Oh, by a million miles. See, he says, I push you away because I love you.
Uh, okay. Obviously, she's like, that doesn't make sense. What are you talking about? So
you
he's
ain't
just
seen
like,
nothing yet, Jessica, because things are going to make a lot less sense very soon.
good God. Yeah. So he kisses her. And again, Jessica basically has an orgasm.
Oh
from
my
him
God.
kissing her.
It is like, it's repeatedly, there's a lot about stuff building up and up and up and waves and a sensation flooding her body. But yeah, this is, I mean, who can blame me for making vulgar jests?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much written into it. So
Yeah.
I don't know what they expected.
Well, he says he's going to show her something wonderful. And Jessica swallows hard, suddenly terrified of his power over her. And she knows with gush certainty that whether she wanted to or not, she could never escape Jonathan.
Oh, God. Scary.
Yeah, very scary. And he's like, it's okay, my love. And Jessica trembles as he kisses her and she drifts into a pool of sweet bliss.
Oh my God. Yeah. So her fears melt away like warm honey. He's like, you belong with me, Jessica. She's like, yes, I want to belong to you forever. But then like her eyes are closed and her mind starts spinning and she gets this sense of weightlessness. So she feels like she's floating on a breeze like a feather. A gust of cool wind whipped through her hair, taking her breath away. So she's afraid but incredibly excited. And she hears Jonathan say, open your eyes. When she does, at first she can't see anything. It's like they're soaring through a sea of blackness, but then she can smell the ocean. So as her eyes focus, she realizes there's a million tiny lights sparkling below them. So they're like flying. So she's like, Jonathan, what's happening? She shrieked.
Shrieks. Oh.
So she turns to him, and for a moment, she found herself looking into the jet black eyes of a raven. So she goes to scream, but then the bird's eyes turned blue, and she's looking at Jonathan's face. Don't be afraid, he whispered. What? He's a bird.
I'm imagining him being a giant raven now with Jonathan's head.
It's baffling. I just feel like he still has a beak on his face.
I was just imagining bird body.
I was going bird body, but also a beak. With pointy teeth.
Oh my God. And Jessica is lulled by his reassuring words.
Okay. But then she kind of realizes that she's looking around and she's actually sitting on his lap in the living room of the mansion. But when she buries her face in the crook of his shoulder, she feels like she's resting her head in a pile of soft, downy feathers. So, Birdman confirmed, I guess.
The sensation of soaring through the night sky returned. And she thinks, maybe I'm losing my mind, but I don't care. And Jonathan whispers, I love you. And she feels like she's falling out of the sky like a shooting star, and then can feel damp ground under her back. Her arms are wrapped tightly around Jonathan. And the fragrance of wildflowers hangs in the air, enveloping her in a cloud of perfume. And they kiss yet again, going down below her jaw. And her eyes fill with tears as her heart overflows with tenderness and love. So she wraps her arms around Jonathan, willing him to continue. And he groans, presses harder, sucking hungrily at her neck. Just the fucking hickeys, least sexy thing ever. But then, oh yes, Jessica gasped, digging her fingers into the soft dirt at her sides. She felt as though hot syrup were pulsing through her veins. A faint sense of tingling delight began to flow through her. The pleasure grew slowly at first, then faster, until the whole world was spinning out of control. An incredible need blazed through her, engulfing her body, her mind, her very soul. She is coming so hard. She is literally like clenching the earth. It's insane. How is this in a book for kids?
Yeah, I kind of forgot for a minute there that this is meant for like 12-year-olds.
So did I, just until I had read it. Then I was like, on.
Wait a second.
Just astonishing.
Gas. Yeah. So she whispers that she loves him and then everything goes black. So she actually comes so hard she passes out.
I guess good for her.
Yeah. It's just a pity it's Jonathan because he's awful.
I know. It's never like this in the sex pod.
That's true. R.I.P. Christian. Should have tried harder.
Well, we cut back to the casa where Liz is freaking out because Jessica's still not home. But then she looks out and the Jeep is parked in the driveway. And she's like, what the hell? That wasn't there a second ago. So she runs up to Jessica's room and there's a Jessica-sized lump in the bed. But then we're told the lump had long blonde hair and Jessica's face. Now, do you remember the last time there was a lump in Jessica's bed that then was murdered? And it wasn't Jessica at all because Jessica was being held prisoner by Margot in a basement.
So true. Better stab her just to be sure.
Or was it held prisoner by Nora? Who killed who?
Oh, Nora killed Margot, I think.
Yeah, who was the last one standing? Anyway, there's no by the way, there's a few trips down memory lane in this book, and that whole period or the werewolves are not mentioned. Though you think they would come to mind given the circumstances.
Considering there are some very stark similarities at certain points, but anyway,
yeah. So Liz, I mean, who can blame her for a whisper monologue now because she knows she didn't hear Jessica coming in. I guess we meant to believe that Christian flew up to her window on his raven wings and popped her into bed.
Well, Jonathan, but yeah.
Or Jonathan, sorry.
And also flew the Jeep home? I don't know. Yeah, the logistics of this make absolutely no sense. But yeah, so naturally Liz is very confused because she's like, I've been waiting up and somehow she came in and went upstairs to bed and also parked up outside and I didn't notice any of this. It's very strange and confusing for her.
Indeed. So she whispers, I don't worry too much because she's sure that Jessica is still in terrible danger. So Jessica wakes up the next morning murmuring, Jonathan. And we're told some details are still hazy. I'll bet they are. But she's like, he must have dreamed that bit about flying on a bird and landing in a field of wildflowers. So she scampers downstairs, positive it's going to be a wonderful day. And then when she arrives down, Ned and Alice and Liz all look really miserable. And she's like, what's wrong? Pretty much. And then remembers that there was actually a murder last night and one of her best friend's cousins was killed.
Oh, God. Yeah, because, of course, the front page news of the Sweet Valley newspaper is the big headline about Katrina. And Jessica just fully forgot because she was busy having sex with a raven man. So, yeah, the thrill of getting together with Jonathan had overshadowed everything else in her mind. So she fully just forgot that this happened. And was super cheerful and bubbly when she came downstairs that morning. But, when she does remember this, she's like, oh, yes, a tragedy. Poor Amy. She was so upset last night because, of course, that was meant to be her cover story for where she was. And for once, Ned and Alice are actually going to do some parenting, ?
I was shocked. I'm just going to say.
I fully expected them to just be completely checked out for this last book as well. But, but no, Alice starts giving them shit. She's like, I'm terribly disappointed in you girls for putting yourselves in danger. Jessica's like, what do you mean? And Alice is like, for fuck's sake, there's a curfew. You went out to a party. A girl was murdered there. You should have known better. There's a serial killer on the loose. And then Alice gets upset because she's like, if something had happened to the pair of you. And she kind of breaks off crying. And Ned, also angry, is like, look, this town curfew is for your own protection. It's not a hard concept to understand, but apparently the kids of Sweet Valley just don't get it, especially the guy who threw the party. So he's blaming Jonathan for all of this as well, which of course upsets Jessica because Jonathan can do no wrong.
She is upsets is quite something. Because. Well, first of all, now she does get a warm tingle when she hears Jonathan's name. And she actually, she's literally trying to maintain a somber expression, despite the fact that inside she's dancing for joy and her mind sings, Jonathan is mine at last. And then Alice says Katrina's funeral is going to be on Monday and school will be cancelled for the day. We're told Jessica was about to cheer for that bit of good news, but she caught the impulse in time. She's an actual psychopath.
So, yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. What is wrong with her? I know she's meant to be under Jonathan's spell, but to a certain point, it's also just kind of Jessica of her a lot of this. And it's like, yeah, she's a full sociopath. Like,
she fully is. And of course, the funeral, we're told, is taking place in Sweet Valley at the Sutton's family plot, despite the fact that Katrina and her parents do not live there.
She's from San Francisco.
Yeah.
She'd be buried in Sweet Valley.
Oh my God. Anyway, she's just like, oh, well, who made this amazing breakfast? And Alice is like, oh, no, could have been either of you. And Jessica's like, but it wasn't. And Jessica's like, ooh, my parents are kind of a bit pissed off with my incredibly insensitive, weird statements. Maybe I should, tone it down. And then Alice announces that, they're not going to have any chance to get in danger because they are grounded.
Grounded at night for 2 weeks. Jessica is in absolute disbelief at this. And she kind of turns to Liz, like, expecting she'll be her ally in this. But Liz just looks really sad about the whole thing. And she realizes that she's on her own here. So she's like, every single night for 2 whole weeks. And Ned is like, yes, that's right, for 2 weeks. And Jonathan Cain's house is completely off limits. So, yeah, when Jessica, of course, is just like, what do you mean 2 whole weeks? And Ned is like, well, depending on your attitude, it could be 3 weeks or 4.
Oh, I mean, good.
Yeah, but it's so rare.
From herself.
It's so rare that you see Ned and Alice being angry with the twins, and Jessica in particular,
That's
I suppose.
true.
Like, this never happes. I was actually very surprised by all of this.
It's quite normal parenting.
This is why it's so shocking. Because even like earlier on when it was like, oh, Ned and Alice were out for the night, I was like, yeah, of course they were. They don't give a fuck. But now they have decided to give a fuck and to ground the twins, and it is not going well.
Oh, it sure isn't, because Jessica's like, okay, fine, but we can have people over, can't we? And Alice says, well, as long as they can make it in time to, for the curfew. Yeah. And Jessica's like, oh, great, we can have a pool party. And she imagines Jonathan's reaction to her new blue bikini and shivers with delicious anticipation. Again, there was a murder. Like, this is just... It's unhinged.
Crazy behavior. Liz is like, Amy's cousin died. I don't think anyone's in the mood for a fucking pool party. And Jessica's like, oh yeah, what was I thinking? A pool party wouldn't be cool at all. And then says that, yeah, all she really wants is to see Jonathan. And Ned is like, no, I don't want either of you to go anywhere near him. He says he doesn't think he's the kind of guy that you should be spending your time with. He obviously doesn't have any regard for others. And I forbid you to see him, period.
And Jonathan sits in, Jessica sits in silent anguish, her whole body throbbing with wrenching pain, and she's like twisting her napkin in her lap. Her palms are sweating. Panic crashes over her. Her breathing becomes laboured, and then finally something explodes. No, she screamed, banging her elbows on the table. You can't do this to me.
It's wild behavior from Jessica. She is full on having a tantrum like she's a small child. Like, she is screaming at her parents, like, you're punishing me for what happened to Katrina. It's not fair. She's tugging at her hair. She's sobbing and gasping. Like, she has lost her mind completely.
Liz is horrified, and rightly so.
Yeah.
And we're reminded of how much Liz hates Jonathan, and now seeing her twin's red, blotchy face and hearing her mournful cries.
Oh my God.
Liz is disgusted because she thinks this passion is unnatural, as if Jonathan had cast an evil spell. The word spell gets used a lot.
Oh my God, so much. So Jessica starts pleading. She's like, if you just meet him, like, he gets straight A's. The teachers are amazed at how smart he is. He's so cultured. He's intelligent. And Alice is like, look, he might be a fine person, but like, this whole party still happened. Jessica like slams her hand on the table. And she's like, it wasn't even his idea. Like, Bruce, Winston and Todd are the ones that made him have the party. And like, yeah, she's like, he was pressured into having the party. He didn't want to disappoint everyone. And Ned is like, look, I appreciate what you're saying, but we're not discussing this further. And then Alice, damn it, Alice, she's like, maybe we should reconsider. Like, they were so close to doing actual parenting, and then they immediately just give up when Jessica throws this fucking tantrum. So they're like, okay, look, you're to stay away from his house. But then Jessica's like, well, what if he came here and you met him? So yeah, they kind of decide that he can come over for dinner on Sunday.
Oh, come on.
I was like, you guys were so close to doing some proper parenting work, and they were immediately like, actually, no, okay, fine. I forbid you to see him. You can come over for Sunday dinner. Like, lads, come on.
Fuck's sake. By the way, amid all this, there is a moment when Jessica says that Todd and Bruce were the ones who organised the party. Liz feels a tender sensation at the mention of Todd's name, and she wonders, do I still love him? Well, you're treating him like shit.
Yeah.
So it's, I guess that's what you always did, so fair.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, as if Ned and Alice hadn't become sappy enough, Liz feels sick by their submission to Jessica's tantrum, and Jessica's like, hooray, Liz can make her chicken and mushroom sauce, and Jessica will make a fancy dessert, and Alice like, oh, looks like a trip to Season's gourmet shop is in order. And then Jessica's like, oh, I wish I could buy a new dress for the occasion, and somehow Ned, who is clearly the ultimate sap of all, gives her his credit card to buy a dress for this dinner for this boy they were forbidding her to see after grounding her.
Oh, God. Yeah. Because then, as she's getting the credit card off, and he's like, but you're still grounded. And Jessica's like, yes, Dad. Oh, Ned and Alice, they started so well here. And then it all just fucking fell apart completely because Jessica always gets her way and is an absolute nightmare.
Of course. So Liz goes up and finds Jessica in her room, and Jessica's laughing it off. And Liz is like, what the fuck is going on? You just had a full-on fit downstairs. And Jessica's like, oh, you can't understand what it's like to really love just one guy. And Liz is like, ouch. Because that gets her where it hurts, because she's doing absolutely nothing to sort her love life out. But they basically have another of these moments where she's like, you're headed for disaster, and Jessica does not care.
Yeah, doesn't want to hear it, doesn't care about it. And then the phone rings, so that kind of distracts Liz. So she goes to answer it, and it's Joey on the line, and she kind of realizes she's disappointed that it's Joey and not Todd that's ringing her. And fucking Joey's like, how were your dreams last night? He asks in a low, intimate voice. And Liz is like, what? My dreams? And he was like, you were supposed to have hot dreams about me, remember? And she's really annoyed by this, which I did like, because she's just like, for fuck's sake, she's gone through this weird morning with Jessica's fucking tantrum, and now Jonathan's coming over for dinner. She's not in the mood for this shit. So she's just like, she kind of makes a joke about how her dreams were really boring, but also Joey is just such a creep.
It's so wildly inappropriate, because bear in mind, what were your dreams last night? I mean, I don't know, maybe about trying to revive a murder victim. That happened last night too.
Yeah, exactly. But Joey's just like, no, her number one priority is my boner.
Sex dreams about me.
Oh, God.
So she's like, oh yeah, my dreams must have been really boring. I slept right through them. And Joey's like, ho, ho, ho. And they do talk about they mention the murder briefly. And Joey's like, I know what'll take your mind off at a play by one of my lecturers that's on. And when Liz says she can't go, Joey worries that this is Todd related. But she says, no, it's because she's grounded. And he literally shrieks, grounded? That's so high school. Yeah, Joey, because she is high school.
Yeah, exactly. Which I was glad that Liz also points out. She's like, yes, well, I am in high school, Joey, remember? And he's like, can't you get out of it? And it's like, Joey, don't be annoyed by your girlfriend being a grounded high schooler, because you're the one who's decided to pursue her. So maybe fucking date a girl your own age, you weirdo.
Oh, seriously. He sickens me.
Oh, I hate him.
So even though she's clearly not into him, she invites him to the dinner tomorrow.
Oh, God. I know, I hate Joey, but also Liz just needs to fucking break this thing off, because anytime she's talking to him, she's annoyed by him, or if he's kissing her, she has to really force herself to be into it and be in the moment. None of it's clicking, and I don't know why she's just keeping up with this.
Yes. Yeah, and he's like, oh, Sunday dinner with the folks wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but I'll take it.
She's a high schooler who's been grounded. What did you expect was going to happen with her inviting you over to the house? Jesus.
She lives with her parents. Yeah. Then he's like, but I'll take what I can get. You're worth it, Elizabeth. And she smiles at the compliment. Again, there is no consistency in any of this characterization.
None.
So they hang up, and she thinks about Camp Echo Mountain, how she'd melted at the sight of his emerald green eyes and wide, sexy smile. Pub.
No, thank you.
So we get a full recap about their recent activities, and And she does wonder, though, why she thinks how great Joey is, but why didn't she invite him to the party? And why is she still thinking of Todd?
Why indeed?
Cut to Jessica, smiling triumphantly as she leaves the mall with a new ensemble, and we're told that she had also treated herself to a second outfit for the funeral.
Oh my
God.
She is fully fucking deranged. Like, she's so cheerful buying an outfit for a funeral. But yeah, there's just no talking to her. Like, so she's driving away from the mall and decides she's going to stop at Jonathan's house, even though she's not meant to. It's off limits, but she just can't help herself. She's drawn to the place and to Jonathan. But then when she arrives at the house and hops out of the Jeep, she kind of, she realizes how creepy it is, this house. Like, the windows are boarded up, the paint is cracked and peeling, like the shutters are dangling from their hinges. The house is literally unhinged.
Yes. Oh my God. It is.
And she does think to herself,
of course.
It really is a creepy house. And she also remembers that less than 24 hours ago, a murder took place here. But then, of course, she's like, oh, poor Jonathan. It must be horrible for him to stay in this house after what happened. So I must be strong for him. But he was so close to having like a moment of clarity, I feel, there when she was kind of realizing how fucked up and weird this whole thing is.
She does have a moment where she's like, oh, this place is really desolate. And I guess there is a murder around here. She does start getting a bit freaked out. So eventually she finds some paper and pencil in her bag and leaves a note saying, tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m, Sunday dinner at my house. And then grins mischievously as she writes, and Jonathan, I expect us to continue where we left off last night.
Oh, God.
And her body tingles with eagerness as she jogs back to the Jeep. Well, we cut to dinner time and Liz is on cooking duty. It's all very fancy. They've got like candles and table decorations and all sorts.
It's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Centerpiece, there's so much going on.
I mean, too much, to be honest. It's like Christmas level decorations. But Liz is upset about her love dilemma and we're told she's terrified of the thought of seeing Jonathan. And when the doorbell rings, it is he, and we're told the sight of his pale skin and shimmering blue eyes makes her skin crawl.
Yeah, it's the fact that he doesn't have a tan seems to be what freaks her out the most, which is very anti-Irish of her.
I feel personally attacked.
Because always with the blue eyes, they're always feverish blue eyes as far as she's concerned. Yeah. Just like, all right, Liz, pack it in.
What's wrong with being pale and having blue eyes? I'm sorry. So we can't all have fucking tans and California Pacific blue aqua eyes.
Indeed.
Some of us have eyes the murky colour of the Irish Sea.
That's right.
And dark hair. And are very pale. It's just how God made us.
Indeed.
Well, of course, Jonathan, it is dark hair, blue eyes, and pale skin. Sign of a killer. When she's like, oh, it's you, his lips stretch into a tight, scary grin, and he's like, yes, it is, he replied evenly. And she has this just absolute feeling of repulsion. She does not want him to come in. Yeah. And she just leaves the door open and starts to walk away. But he, of course, says, aren't you going to invite me in? He calls.
And Liz is annoyed because she reads this as arrogance, but she's also slightly surprised because she would have expected him to just march in whether he was welcome or not. So she just is like, oh, consider yourself invited. So he nods and walks in. And as soon as he enters the house, apparently Liz gasps as a fist of cold fear squeezed her throat. But I did enjoy that they were going for the has to be invited in thing with
same.
Jonathan. I did like that.
Same. Well, we cut to Jonathan's POV and he hopes that nobody will notice he's not actually eating anything. He's just moving things around on his plate.
Oh my goodness. So he can't eat food, but he is fine with,
coffee?
Wine, I suppose, and coffee. So I guess drinks are fine, food not so much.
I mean, it's confusing.
It is.
So he's impressed by Alice and her tales of being an interior decorator. She's so lively and vivacious. It's easy to see where Jessica had inherited her beauty. And Alice's movements are graceful and elegant. She eats some salad and like the rest of us just shoveling it into our maws. I just can't imagine looking at somebody and thinking the way they eat that salad is so graceful and elegant.
Wow. But yeah, he's really taken with Alice. And I was like, it'd be very funny if he started pursuing Alice instead of Jessica.
Oh, well, closer to his age.
Well, there you go. Marginally, at least.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, like, yeah. Oh, God. Anyway, sorry, go on.
No, there's just some very tedious banter about some hideous house that Alice decorated. And Jessica is like, sounds ugly, Mom. That's the very word that kept popping into my head. Ugly, her mother agreed. Yes, what a, like, distinctive word choice. Like, this banter is fucking awful. It goes on for pages about how the family wanted their house to look like a pumpkin patch, and they all laugh merrily, and Jonathan feels honoured to be included in the merriment. The warmth of the Wakefield family touched him deeply.
Yeah, apparently a loving family was something he pined for and what he missed most of all, and what I can never have again, he reminded himself. So yeah, he starts thinking about his grandmother and how she would have been so amazed if she saw the Wakefield home.
Spanish tiles!
Her mind could simply not comprehend such a thing. So he's imagining his grandmother, her stocky form, standing at the stove, cooking up a heaping platter of herring, fresh from the Baltic Sea.
The place would smell of her Apfelkuchen. And he thinks that his family was just full of love. They didn't have, their home was small and humble. But back in the day, he despaired of their lack of wealth, but he hadn't realised that their home was full of love.
Oh.
So Liz asks when his parents are coming back from Europe, and he keeps trying to fob her off and like tries to sort of just move his disgusting dinner around at his plate because he's horrified at the thought of having slimy chicken flesh. And she's like, "What your parents do?" And he talks about them being musicologists and continues those tales. But he can see Jessica looking at him in awe, and notices that Joey is trying to engage his Liz in similar loving glances. Like, your parents are right there. Eye fucking on the table.
So gross. But yeah, apparently Liz is too busy grilling Jonathan to notice because she's just firing questions at him all the way through this dinner. Like, it is very much an interrogation. And apparently she reminds Jonathan of a pit bull, and he suspects that once she clamped her jaw down on someone, she'd never let go. So yeah, anytime he just kind of briefly answers one of her questions about his parents and what they're doing, and she's just like, okay, and how did they do that? And why is that happening? And da-da-da-da. And eventually Ned kind of intervenes and he's like, Liz, dinner is not the Spanish Inquisition. So Liz is kind of embarrassed into silence, and Jonathan is delighted about this.
Yes, we're told that Elizabeth finally shut up like a muzzled beast.
Comparing Liz to a pit bull is hilarious because no one ever would do such a thing to a Wakefield twin.
His one sympathetic moment.
Yeah, it's so true. And he's like, this fucking bitch, she's so annoying. And it's like, yeah, she is.
But you don't get to call her that.
No, that's true. We can say that. You can't, Jonathan. Shut up.
So after dinner, Jessica whisks Jonathan Kane off to practice French verbs, and Liz cannot understandably believe that her parents like him and are letting Jessica go off to practice French verbs, because that's what they're calling it these days. So Joey pulls her away while Ned and Alice clean up and suggests a trip to Miller's Point, but she reminds him that she's grounded, and he's like, oh God. But how the indignities I must suffer by going out with this child.
Yeah. I know. I just have no patience for Joey at all. And he really will not let this go. Like, Liz cannot leave the house. She is grounded. She is also 16 and in high school. And he can't get over this or let this go at all. And he's constantly at her to come outside with him, to go somewhere with him, to sneak out with him. And she's just like, no, I fucking can't. Yeah. And like,
also, there's a murderer on the loose.
There's a murderer literally on the loose. And he's just so annoying about all of this.
Oh. So they go out and sit by the pool. And again, he keeps banging on about camp and how they broke the rules when they were in Camp Ecker Mountain. But Liz is like, well, it's very different here. And she's like, yeah, well, or he's like, yeah, we don't have Nicole around to make you jealous. And Liz does wonder if she would have been so into Nicole, or so into...
if only she was into Nicole.
So into Joey without Nicole's jealousy, spurring her on. Because, that is a thing. When someone else wants them, makes you want them more.
That's, yeah.
So apparently Nicole's writing away, doing pretty well. Good for her.
Yeah, she's got a short story in like a national literary magazine, because Liz does ask if he's heard anything from Nicole, and he tells her all about this, and he's like, oh, are you jealous? And she's like, yeah, I'd love to have a short story published in a national magazine. So he's like, oh, yes, you're still the spunky girl I met at camp. And Liz kind of wonders about this, and she's not too sure whether she still is, because she's just all confused about everything. They talk about the stars and how you could see way more of them out in Montana than here. But again, Liz takes this as a dig at Sweet Valley, and she's like, yeah, but we have gorgeous beaches and year-round sunshine, so it's not a bad trade if you ask me. It's like, Liz, shut the fuck up. You're so annoying. They're both so annoying in different ways.
So annoying. So yeah, because he keeps going on about, let's pretend we're back in Montana. Like the fact that you keep having to remind yourself of when you were going out before is not a good sign for the present. But another bad sign is that when they engage in a passionate kiss, Todd's face floats before her mind's eyes. His mind's eye, and his brown eyes are filled with warmth and concern. And she actually thinks, oh, that stupid beard he's growing is ridiculous. But she's like, oh.
Yeah, she just can't focus on Joey at all. It is kind of sweet that she can't stop thinking about Todd, and she's just thinking about how comforted she was in his arms the other night. So she pulls away from Joey, and he's like, oh, what's the matter? And she's like, look, I'm still shaken up about Friday night. So he's like, yeah, I guess it was, really frightening for you. And she does feel guilty about this, because it's like, she doesn't get traumatized. It's nothing about that. It's just that she's feeling mixed up about him and Todd and doesn't know what to do.
Indeed. When we cut to Jessica, she's sitting on Jonathan's lap and whispering sweet nothings in his ear. Je disparais. Tu disparais. You will disparais. Content third person singular.
Just whispering sweet, conjugating verbs in his ear.
Conjugating disparais. Which does mean to disappear, which doesn't really have... I was wondering, like, is there a meaning that this is the verb they chose? But actually there isn't, as far as I can tell. Unless it's like
not really.
Disappearing, pursued by an angry mob.
Well,
but they kiss, and again she feels a kaleidoscope of sensations.
Oh God.
And Jonathan says how much he likes Ned and Alice, and they remind him of his own parents. And he's like, yes, I miss them. Sometimes we take people for granted. When they're gone, you hate yourself because you never showed them how much you cared when you had the chance. And then he looks at her and is like, you and I are alike in some ways. We grab every adventure that comes our way, but it's never enough. There's always something even more exciting and wonderful just up ahead, just out of reach. We're terrified of what might happen if we stop chasing after the next thrill. And Jessica is so moved by this bollocks, she cries. She sheds tears.
She is sobbing. She's like, you can see into my soul. I feel like I've known you all my life. Like she's down so bad for Jonathan. She's just constantly crying, but not because she's sad. She's just so overwhelmed, I think, by everything. She can't cope.
But then a sensation of peace flows through her body, and she gets vague images in her mind. She's like, a dream? But then Jonathan says, Jessica, there's things you need to know about me. I'm not the person you think I am. And she's like, you're the person I love. And he's like, well, I hope you mean that, because the truth is, but of course, fucking Ned knocks on the door.
He does, because it's 9:30. So he's like, you better get going, Jonathan. There's a 10 o'clock curfew. You need to make it home. So he thanks Ned for the time warning. He's like, oh, I guess we lost track of time. So when he heads off, Jessica is really kind of watching him go. It's very bittersweet.
Yes.
She wishes they never had to be away from each other. So he hops on his bike and says that he had a wonderful time. And she's like, oh, I'm so glad. You'll come back soon, right? So he says, soon. We'll talk, Jessica. And then the bike goes roaring off down the street. And Jessica just stands there watching him go and realizes that she misses him already.
Well, she whispers, I miss him already.
Even better.
Whisper monologue.
Gotta love it.
So we cut to the funeral. Penny is doing a special issue of the Oracle devoted to Katrina, who stayed there for 2 weeks. I mean, I guess that's nice. Olivia is taking photos sort of subtly in the background. Everyone's in bits, because even though she'd only been there for a few weeks, we're told a strong feeling of solidarity existed among the Sweet Valley High students. It was as if one of their own had been taken away. One of your own has been taken away at least once.
Yeah, this is not the first time.
There've been murders in this place before.
Oh, God.
Amy's parents are there, of course. Diane Sutton looking weary and looking not her usual polished self. Liz just sees weariness and pain. Her cousin Mimi is there.
Yeah.
Of Project Youth fame.
Yeah. Another cousin of Amy's, because I think some listeners were wondering if Mimi was like Katrina's sister. What was the kind of connection there? But it seems a separate branch of the cousins.
Yes.
in the end. Yeah.
So she's there. So, of course, and actually, there is quite a nice moment when Liz and Amy hug each other tightly, and we're sort of reminded that they were best friends once upon a time. And it's actually a really nice moment. And Amy says, "Thank you for trying to save her."
Oh, it is very nice, isn't it? It's really touching, which, a surprise in Sweet Valley books, and especially this bonkers miniseries. But this is a genuinely very sweet and sad moment. Yeah.
Yeah. So Liz sees Todd, who's looking all sad, and wishes that they were together. And I guess they're having some quite a big part of the service by the graveside, which here there's usually just like a few prayers and then, actual burial. But it's like a whole service, and Katrina's best friend reads a poem. Again, her best friends come all the way from San Francisco, like her parents. This is nowhere near where they live.
It makes absolutely no sense that she's being buried in Sweet Valley. It just doesn't.
Absolutely none. Jessica has the gall to sob as the poem is read. She does not give a shit about this girl. This was like a shopping opportunity for her.
Literally, yes, she bought a new outfit just for this, and is now sobbing when Katrina's friend reads a poem. Liz is crying too. She sees that Olivia is kind of there in the background, discreetly snapping photos for the special issue. Maria Slater is there too. And
apparently she and Amy were friends back in the Sweet Valley Twins days too. I guess after they retconned her into it.
I guess, I can't remember what the what the actual timeline setup is there exactly, but everyone's just she's kind of just noticing who's around. Pretty much the whole school is there, and she does see that Jonathan is standing behind Bruce and Kirk and Tim Nelson, and she kind of thinks, what's he thinking coming here? And again, she's just horrified by the fact that he's pale.
Literally, he's as pale as death. She realised some of us can't help it.
Okay, some of us just turn red and burn in the sun, all right, Liz? Let it go.
Yeah, sunscreen is our friend.
Yeah.
You should learn from this.
You should. You get too much sun.
So Todd is looking at Elizabeth, and it's actually really quite sweet because he just he remembers their relationship and how much they've been through together, and he remembers like the first time they got together when Jessica tried to keep them apart. He remembers the Saskatchewan cheerleading squad. Aww. He does not remember the time he dumped her after she was her drink was spiked and she killed somebody in an accident, and Jessica let her take the blame and then got off with him.
Oh God, I keep forgetting Todd and Jessica hooked up after all that. Jesus Christ, what is this series?
I mean, question we could ask ourselves constantly. But now, this is a bit much at a funeral now, Todd, because he thinks of steaming up the windows of his car at Miller's Point, and his body aches, thinking of Elizabeth in his arms, the warm sweet smell of her hair, his lips soft on her soft lips on his, and then he groans under his breath.
No, Todd, get it together.
Down, boy.
Too much groaning.
But quite sweetly, they sort of look at each other and just like move towards each other and like start holding hands and just stay holding hands throughout the entire time.
I know. It's like no matter how badly she fucks them over, they do just always kind of end up drawn to each other in moments like this where like big picture things are happening. And, it could have been Liz that was hurt or killed or whatever. So when shit really gets tough, they do end up just kind of finding each other and being there for each other in the end. Yeah.
And I did think there was, because especially at funerals, that is one of those things where it doesn't really matter. And they're the only people who seem to be feeling that because Jessica sure isn't.
Well, God, yeah, exactly.
But speaking of people who aren't taking things seriously, Enid.
Enid,
we love her, but like, come on, she's not covering herself in glory in this book.
She really isn't. Yeah, so she's standing there. She's with Annie and Lynn Henry, who are her other goth pals. And she's watching Liz and Todd holding hands, and she's like, "Oh, I thought she was supposed to be with Joey Mason. It's not fair that someone like Elizabeth should have two guys falling at her feet." And she's just really bitter about Jonathan and annoyed at Liz and Jessica and just the Wakefields in general. And she's
who can blame her for that?
Fair. But she's just like, thanks to the other Wakefield twin, I've lost Jonathan, and she's sobbing. But she's just like, "Oh, what difference does it make if I look like a complete mess? Jonathan's in love with somebody else." And then she does kind of get a bit of perspective when she sees Amy looking absolutely inconsolable, and she's like, "Oh God, Amy's cousin was actually murdered. Like, that is why we're here." But caught up as Enid was in her own pain, Katrina's death still didn't seem real to her. So like Enid is just completely enveloped in her own misery at the moment and just can't seem to realize that this has actually happened. And yeah, Amy's the actual, person who's upset here, and Katrina was literally the victim in all this.
Yeah, it is. It is quite something. But like it's clearly though under it's all Jonathan's thrall.
This is the thing, like between her and Jessica acting absolutely deranged, I guess it is meant to be Jonathan's fault, like, and it's because of his vampire magic or whatever.
Yes. So after the burial, everybody's invited back to the Suttons' house, and Enid tells Lynn and Annie she'll see them back there, but she doesn't go anywhere. She actually just sits by the grave, and she does say, "I'm sorry I wasn't crying for you, Katrina. To tell the truth, I wasn't even thinking about you, but I should have been. It's just that my life is a mess." And she just sort of pours her heart out to Katrina.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, just details all her woes, and how she fell in love with Jonathan and fell so hard, thought he loved her too. And she's like, I can still remember the day I showed up at school with a hickey on my neck. It was so great. Like, what are you doing? She's just basically unloading all to this headstone. It's not great for me.
It is not. But then a sense of peace begins to seep into her weary body, and she feels an odd kinship with Katrina, and eventually says, "Poor Katrina, I'm really sorry you're gone." So at least somebody's thinking of her.
Well, she gets there eventually, yeah.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Liz is leaving the Suttons' house and wishes Enid had come there because she's really worried about her. And Maria's like, "Oh, this is just like Nicole all over again. She's just jealous of, me and you being friends." But Liz is like, "No, this is different." And does remember when Amy came back to town.
I was so surprised.
I was stunned.
Yeah, because she remembers, like, she kind of explains to Maria that this is more like that because, she was so caught up with trying to be Amy's friend again that she wound up treating Enid badly, breaking plans, not calling her. And she realizes this is what's happened again now with Maria. So, but Maria's kind of like, "Oh, you shouldn't blame yourself for Enid's problems." And Liz is like, "Well, no, I don't. But like, I'm afraid for her. Like, Enid's always been there for me when I needed her, and now she needs me, and I've let her down." Yeah. And Liz does feel bad about it, in fairness. And she's like, she realizes she was too caught up in her own problems to pay attention to Enid's, and she does blame herself for that part of it at least.
Yeah.
But Maria's just like, "Yeah, but everything worked out fine with Nicole, so it'll be grand."
Yeah, I mean, great. You're a great help, Maria.
Maria's not great in this book.
No, or in any of these books, really.
Yeah, she's got some work to do.
She does, because she's like, "Oh, by the way, did you hear Nicole sold a short story to a national magazine?" Like, is it the New Yorker? Like, what is happening? Yeah. And then Maria's like, "Don't worry, she didn't steal it. It's about her cousin Albert, and nobody else in the world could have written it. Maria's actually read it." So, and it is quite a funny moment where Liz almost laughs, and because the idea had crossed her mind. Yeah. Crossed mine too.
Yeah, fair.
But Liz is still worried.
She is.
So we cut to the graveyard and the point of view of the young man.
Oh God, he's back.
He's back and his body cries for relief.
Oh no, he's groaning softly again. Who could it be?
He hates the gnawing ache that burns in his gut, the driving need that screamed to be satisfied. He sees a girl sitting alone by a freshly dug grave, and the fading light casts shadows over her jet black hair as if to entice him. And "I can't, I won't," he vowed, trying to fight his blazing desire.
Yes, but apparently his body is crying out for relief. And it will be night soon, he thought eagerly. So he can't stop himself. He creeps towards her. And we then flick to Enid, who kind of shivers because there's a cool breeze. And she's kind of surprised how late it is because the evening has kind of grown dark around her. She didn't realize the time passing. And she does kind of think to herself, "Oh God, there is a serial killer on the loose. And I'm now sitting alone in a dark graveyard." And she gets really frightened. Yeah. There's a noise behind her. So she's trembling and she turns around, but she can't see anyone. And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm just being paranoid." When suddenly a pair of strong hands grabbed her from behind, squeezing her neck.
I'm just going to say, I am confused about the injuries that Enid experiences because they are very vague.
Yeah, super vague.
Well, we cut to Amy's house and she's telling Lila and Jessica how she and Katrina plan to be roommates at Sweet Valley University. Well, that was never going to happen, Amy, because you are nowhere to be seen in SVU.
Really? She just disappears?
Yeah.
Maybe this is why. Maybe she's like, "Well, fuck it. If I can't go with Katrina, I'm not fucking going."
I'm going to go to Stanford or UCLA or a proper university.
She's going to go be a proper counsellor.
Yeah. Good for you, Amy.
Training. Yeah.
I mean, there's serial killers plenty in SVU, so you're better off.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lila and Jessica are sympathetic. Lila more so than Jessica, because we know Jessica doesn't really care.
Her mind is elsewhere.
And then Amy understandably thinks, I wish I never talked her into coming to Sweet Valley. And she starts pacing around the room and she says, I'll tell you this, the police had better find the person who killed my cousin, don't hold your breath, because I'm not going to arrest until they do. And if they can't, I'll find the killer myself. If it takes the rest of my life, I swear I'll find Katrina's murderer, even if I have to do it alone. So
yeah,
Jessica,
I kind of love Amy like swearing vengeance here. It's like, yeah, go for it, Amy.
Well, and she keeps doing this throughout, which I kind of love. Yeah, and Jessica says that she'll help, but I mean, don't hold your breath on that, Amy, either.
Yeah, very true.
So we cut to Jonathan. He's gazing at Enid's deathly pale body lying on the ground, but there's a weak pulse. What has happened to her? There's darkening bruises around her neck. Has she been strangled?
Yeah, because that's it. Because the way he grabs her, he like squeezes her neck. So it's unclear what kind of injuries Enid has sustained here. But look, she is still alive, but kind of barely. He buries his head in his hands. He's like, I came here to find peace, but I've brought Sweet Valley nothing but heartache, and now this. And he does curse himself, thinking how badly he treated Enid.
Yes.
I've repaid her kindness with horror and pain, he admitted harshly. And it's like, well, at least he has the self-awareness to realise he has been fucking awful to her. So
that is something. Fair enough.
Bare minimum.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we can hope for in these books. Yeah. So in that moment, he resolves to do what's right. There's a first time for everything, he thinks, as he carries Enid to his motorbike. Is he going to like drive off with her in his lap? I don't know.
Such a weekend at Bernie's, this whole situation. like tie her to him somehow. I don't know. But yeah, he says he's going to get her help. So.
Her eyes do open for a second.
Yeah.
Gazing at him with a bewildered, frightened look, but then she's off again.
Yeah.
So Liz gets a phone call in the wee hours from Enid's mother saying Enid is in intensive care. And of course, Liz rushes to the hospital.
Of course.
So later that morning, Jessica gets a lift from a somber Lila. Everyone's heard about Enid's attack, and she and Jessica feel sorry for Enid despite her terrible clothes. It was very generous of them.
I know, because Jessica's like, I know I've never been too crazy about Enid, but still. And Lila's like, yeah, she's no fashion sense or style whatsoever, but I feel sorry for her anyway. Yeah. Like, wow, it was so magnanimous, girlies.
Well, of course, Jessica doesn't like talking about anything serious and she wants to gossip, but Lila's not in the mood because she actually genuinely is really shaken. She doesn't even want to talk about Beau. Yeah. So, you know, something's wrong. And then they get to school and we learn about the existence of Ms. McLean, the school psychologist. They have one, not before time.
Well, I mean... Is she new? Has she just had such an intense workload that we've never seen her before? But yeah, this school psychologist takes over Jessica's English class to speak with the students about the recent violence in Sweet Valley. And she says that they're expanding the hours of the counselling centre, and she invites everyone to like make an appointment if they continue to feel troubled. Lila's kind of like, well, who doesn't feel troubled? But yeah, apparently Caroline Pierce had told Lila or Jessica that like, yeah, apparently like when the guidance counsellor visited a class to do this kind of a similar speech, that three of the girls broke down hysterically and had to leave. So they're just like, oh God, things are getting really serious. But Lila was like, well, I could have done without the group therapy session because now I'm feeling more depressed than ever.
Yeah. So she has an even a bigger Jessica has an even bigger reason to feel depressed, because when she saw the absentee list on the desk of Mr. Collins.
Oh, a very brief mention.
He's alive, I suppose.
He's around.
At least he hasn't been murdered. I guess that's all we can hope for. So maybe he's serving burgers and sizzling wit in a more peaceful locale away from all the vampires.
That's what he's good at.
So yeah, Jonathan's off school because I guess they have an official absentee list, which I'm pretty sure my school didn't. And Lila's like, oh yeah, well that's the real tragedy that Jonathan's not in school, and Jessica is not in the mood for a jest. But again, she's like she gets kind of pissed off, but then her mood changes in a second. Like she's so unstable.
She's all over the
weird because she's like gazing at her perfectly made up face and says, why do I feel so ugly today? And Lila kind of teases her and it's sort of normal. But then they get to the cafeteria and find everyone's in a rage, especially Bruce.
Oh God, yeah. So they're all talking about Enid, and Bruce is kind of like, what are the police doing about this? They haven't got a single lead on this maniacal murderer. Todd is like, do they think Enid was attacked by the same guy? Nobody really knows, but Bruce is like, well, who else could it be? And he's kind of getting the crowd all riled up. And Amy, of course, is continuing to swear vengeance. And she's like, well, if it is the same guy, he's going to pay. Then Winston is like, it does seem unlikely that a town the size of Sweet Valley would have 2 deranged killers. Now take a city like LA, and everyone glares at him, but like, he's Winston, where have you been?
Yeah, I mean, Margot, like, how many murders?
There's been Margot and Nora. There was the Mad Bomber. Like, there's no shortage of maniacs in Sweet Valley. Let's be real here.
I mean, it's the odds based on recent history are quite high. It seems to be something of a magnet.
Completely. Yeah, but everyone kind of glares at him and he's like, okay, I'll shut up. But yeah, Lila's like, I'm sick of sitting around the house every night wondering who's going to die next. Everyone is just, getting really kind of het up and angry. Kirk Anderson is getting involved too. He's like, this stupid curfew is no good. Like, they're telling us to stay home and avoid hanging out with other people. But Amy's cousin was murdered inside Jonathan's house in the middle of a crowd.
That is a good point.
Which is fair, yeah.
Well, Bruce says the police are doing such a bad job of catching the killer. I say it's up to us to take matters into our own hands. And everybody apart from Amy is kind of silent. But then Todd is like, yeah, do you know what? We can't go on like this. And then Aaron Dallas boasts, we'll show that homicidal maniac that he can't get away with killing off Sweet Valley kids.
Oh my God. Yeah. One of the football players is like, let's show the police how it's done. And was like banging his fist on the table. A chant rose from the group, which seemed to be rapidly turning into a mob. Kill the killer, kill the killer. Jessica starts to get a bit scared because she feels like things are getting really out of control, and she really wishes Jonathan was here today because, he'd know just how to handle this angry mob. And it's like, and why do you think he has experience with angry mobs?
Yeah, what's telling you this? Trust your instincts. Well, Liz is in the hospital, still sitting by Enid's bedside. She's still unconscious. And tubes and bottles ran to and from her battered body. No indication of her injuries. Like,
so unclear.
Has her neck been wounded? But basically, Enid doesn't know, or Liz doesn't know what she'll do without Enid. We're reminded of all the times they've shared together, none of the murdering, of course. No. And how she's always been able to count on Enid. And she thinks, you have to make it, Enid. I refuse to let you die. I mean, that is the Sweet Valley way.
I mean, it stands to reason. That's Sweet Valley science.
Well, we're told that Jonathan is absent from school for the next few days, and Jessica's frantic with worry. He's not answering his phone. She's leaving messages in his mailbox, so he's not answering the door. I guess she doesn't actually kick the door down. But then he just turns up at French class Friday afternoon.
Yeah, and he just looks at her like, nothing's happened. And Jessica doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know whether she should throw herself into his arms or throw books at his head. So she's really kind of turned around by this. Her mind is whirling. She can't pay attention in class, and she writes him a note just saying, "Where have you been?" in large, bold letters. So, of course, she then thinks that any time previously that she would have sent him a note, like he would have just crumpled it up and thrown it on the floor. She's like, we better not be back to that little game. But she thinks, he owes her an explanation. She's his girlfriend. She has a right to know where he's been. So she sees him pick up the note, and she kind of realizes as she's watching him that she can't stay mad at him. Like, it's just not possible. She just loves him too much.
Well, yeah. Loves, fancies, crawl, who knows?
Sure.
And she does look at his ring, and we're reminded that the first time she noticed it, she vowed he would give it to her someday soon, she promises herself. So Jonathan gives a note back and is like, can I come to your house tomorrow? And she's absolutely delighted. He draws hearts all over her notebook, and she does realise that Jonathan didn't actually answer her question about where he's been, but she doesn't give a shit.
No, she's too excited because she's going to have an entire Saturday with Jonathan as far as she's concerned.
Yeah. So the next day, Liz arrives at the hospital, and when she approaches the ward, she can hear Mrs. Rollins talking to Enid, so she thinks she's woken up. But of course, she's still comatose. She's just following Sweet Valley tradition of talking to somebody and willing them to get better. And so Liz gives it a try, and it briefly works.
It does. She starts banging on about Humphrey Bogart, her fave, and Enid begins to stir. So she waits for Mrs. Rollins to come over, and of course Enid's mother is like, oh my God, she's crying, she's clasping Enid's hand. She's like, Enid, honey. Enid's eyes open. She whispers a single word, Jonathan. then slips back into unconsciousness. And as far as Liz is concerned, she's like, right, Jonathan did this. This is hard evidence of the fact. So she jumps up to her feet and she's like, I have to leave now. I'll be back as soon as I can. And like rushes out of the room because she's like, this is confirming that it was him that attacked her.
I find this hilarious because the book I'm writing at the moment, there's a soap opera within the book that the characters are working on.
Fun.
And part of the big climactic scene in this soap opera's anniversary episode is somebody waking briefly from a coma to say the name of their murderer and then falling back in a coma again.
Wonderful.
Because it's so ridiculous.
It is, it really is.
And then here it is in this book. And I'm like, well, guess I'm on the right track.
Absolutely nailing it, yeah.
Bear in mind that is the fictional soap opera within the book. This is not an actual plot point that happens to my characters. That's anybody think my writing's taken quite a change.
No, it's like the soap opera within the Sweet Valley TV show that
yes, exactly.
that I cannot remember the name of now.
And we kept Dr. What's his name, who we kept calling Drake Ramore.
Oh, Treadway?
Dr. Treadway!
Because he was Dr. Shredway when there was that dream episode where they were all in it. Oh my God,
the greatest episode ever.
That was so fun.
If you want to hear what we're talking about and hear all about the Sweet Valley fake soap opera, you can, of course, sign up to HeadStuff Plus and listen to Pi Beta Alpha, where we had the time of our lives discussing the Sweet Valley TV series and all its deranged twists and turns.
Truly, it had so much going on. But anyway, okay.
Yes. Returning back to this hospital, Liz is sure that this is proof that Jonathan is her attacker. So we cut back to the casa where Jessica is barking at the phone, going, come on, Jonathan, answer, because he hasn't turned up, despite saying he would, and she hasn't been able to contact him. And then the door crashes open, Liz storms in, and Jessica's freaked. She's like, oh, fuck, is Enid dead? And Liz is basically like, no, it's Jonathan. And she woke up briefly and, said his name. And I know she was trying to tell me something. And Jessica reels, like literally knocks over a chair. She's so horrified and gets really angry.
She is fuming. She's like, how dare you? Enid mumbled my boyfriend's name and you automatically assume he's a serial killer. And Liz is just like, I know it's hard to believe something so terrible about a guy that you care for. And she's being this like really condescending big sister tone of voice with Jessica. So Jessica is just getting more and more enraged. She's like, you can't make these horrible accusations. You're worse than Caroline Pierce and Lila and all the other gossips in Sweet Valley High. So you, Jessica. But Liz is trying to talk to Jess. She's like, just keep an open mind and let me explain. But of course, Jess does not want to hear it. She's like, I'm sick of you saying terrible things about the guy I love. But so she storms out of the kitchen and Liz is like, we're not finished here. But Jessica's like, oh, yes, we are. And slams her bedroom door. Liz bangs on it. She's like, let me in. We should talk about this. But Jessica's like, no, I never want to speak to you again. So she is so angry with Liz for this. But also Liz has handled this so poorly. Like, I don't know what she expected was going to happen here.
Oh, I like, you'd think she'd learn.
I know.
So, yes, there's obviously Jessica, they're at odds.
Yeah.
So we cut to the next day and Maria is equally unimpressed by this alleged evidence, so for different reasons. And Liz says, like, everyone has signs that tells you they are. Then we get a detailed description of Maria's room for not really pure filler reasons, I have to say.
God, yeah.
And it's all like, this, I could guess what sort of, and even Liz or Maria is like, what are you talking about? Like, you're listing everything you can see in my room down to the makeup sponges. And Liz is like, don't you see? Even if I didn't know you, I could guess what sort of person whose room this is. But Jonathan keeps himself hidden behind a mask. And Maria's like, well, look, this isn't really enough. This is just circumstantial evidence. It's not even evidence, but
yeah.
Liz says, well, there's been 3 murders and a kitten killing since he arrived. And again, Maria's circumstantial.
Yeah.
And says, look, if you want to pin something on him, I know he's creepy, but you need some evidence. And Liz does reveal, and I guess this is meant to be more of Jonathan's thrall, because as the cops aren't even checking him out, which is totally incredible considering that Katrina was murdered right in his living room. And that is a fair point.
Yeah, that's true. Like maybe it is just thrall stuff again, because they were very quick to just let him go and leave him in the house. Like, it's very strange.
Yeah, an unaccompanied minor. Yeah. So she says that she knows that when he was telling her about his parents on Saturday, he was lying. She could see it in his eyes. And Maria's like, well, lying eyes aren't evidence in court of law.
Yeah.
And she can't believe that Liz told Jessica about this. And Maria says, too bad we don't know a good private investigator who could go sleuthing through Jonathan Cain's murky background. And Liz's eyes widen as a brilliant scheme pop into her head. And I really hoped it was going to be the return of Sam Diamond.
I was so excited. I was like, yes, let's get her back in the mix. Let's fucking do this thing. Her in her fucking white
Chanel
silk suit, whatever the fuck she was wearing. Let's get that power lesbian involved. And yeah, unfortunately, that is not what happened.
No, don't get your hopes up, listeners, because it's not her. Well, we cut to Enid's POV, but she's in a haze.
Oh my God.
There's a steamy fog around her. When it starts to clear, she realizes she's walking along a cobbled street, the horse-drawn carriages, and the air is heavy with horse manure. And then she sees a wagon pulling up ahead, and a beautiful young man jumps down and helps a pleasant-looking couple and a young boy and a lovely girl. And she realizes that it is Jonathan.
It's Jonathan and his family, yes. So she can feel the love they have for each other. And when she sees Jonathan with them, he seems younger, less intense. That like dark, bleak look is absent from his eyes. And she weeps for him, for the happiness that he once had. But then from the corner of her eye, she sees an elegant carriage approaching. There's a woman in it who has the graceful manner of a lady, but there's something in her eyes, a strange, evil glint. And she's staring at Jonathan, who's too involved with his family to notice her.
Yeah, she has a black veil over her eyes, but I guess the glint is shining through.
Sure,
it.
I mean, you know.
So Enid tries to scream out a warning to Jonathan, but can't make a sound. And then the next thing she sees is a long black hole in the ground. She peers into it, but it's too dark to see. But then she hears Jonathan moaning with horror.
Oh, classic Jonathan.
That's just another day for him. And then nothing.
Oh my God.
And on that dramatic note, we will end Kiss of a Killer Part 1.
My God, the drama, the high drama. This is so camp.
I
and
love it. I love it. The Raven, I lost
the
it.
fucking Birdman. What is happening? I'm just...
I mean, genuinely, if you read this when you were 12, and it just feels deeply inappropriate. But I understand that people would have, because that's what it was being aimed at. Like, what sort of effect did it have?
Yeah, I suppose people
did it go over your head? I think it didn't, because people seem to.
No, people remembered it as like a sexy book, which when you're 12, fair. But like reading it now, it's like, good God, he is so unsexy.
The unsexiest.
Like, you really have to work hard to be unsexy as a vampire, I feel. And he's managing it.
Oh, so well.
All that moaning and groaning, like, would you please stop?
Well, do you have any outfits?
Oh boy, I do have outfits. Let's see, what have we got? Jessica is kind of rooting through her wardrobe at some point where she pulls out a lime green tunic and holds it up against herself, but she's not sure she still likes the colour. So again, she's it's probably more of Lila's vibe that it would match her car, I guess, the lime green.
But that's a tunic as well. Like, really?
Yeah, I don't know. She should give it to Liz and she can play her recorder and wear her tunic and play green sleeves. Maybe that'll work better.
Yeah. I can imagine her down the Renaissance fair.
Yeah. Like, where are you going to wear a lime green tunic? Get out of here.
What else have we got?
Okay, we also have Jessica's little shopping spree at the Valley Mall with Ned's credit card, even though she's meant to be fucking grounded, and yes, she's out here buying clothes. So this is, the outfit that she's bought for Sunday dinner with Jonathan coming over to the house. She has bought a gorgeous lilac silk dress. But of course, it fits as if it had been specially made for her. The soft fabric would show off her willowy curves and shimmer when she moved.
Ooh.
Then she found just the right accessories for it too. A silver chain belt, dressy leather sandals, and a pale mauve lipstick that complements the dress perfectly. And of course, mauve is pink in America.
Yeah, I'm so confused by that. It's lavender to us, basically.
This is the thing. It sounds like a dead body lipstick, like a fucking pale purple lipstick. Like, oh God, something terrible has happened here. But no, it's pink.
Okay, good to know.
But because she saved so much on the shoes, apparently, because they were on offer, she treated herself to a second outfit.
Jesus Christ.
She splashed out on a grey and black striped dress and black satin vest to wear to Katrina Sutton's funeral.
Wow, it's what she would have wanted.
This fucking stripy dress and a waistcoat. What else? Oh God, when we have Todd at the funeral, he's watching Liz and just kind of, fascinated by her. We do learn that the flutter of her brown skirt in the wind is having quite an effect on him. And I just love that Liz basically dresses like a nun when she's going to a funeral. Like, how are you making a brown skirt work for you, Liz?
Wow. Or an Irish school uniform.
Honestly,
there was a school near us that had brown and mint green.
Wow. That's
mint green
cool.
blouse, brown jumper and skirt.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Mint arrow.
Ooh, it's kind of sounding it to me now.
And our final outfit for the first half of this book is when Jessica is looking in the mirror at school. She's there with Lila, but something feels off, even though her makeup is perfect. She's wearing a sleeveless yellow top that brought out the golden highlights in her hair. Her slim black jeans showed off her perfect athletic figure, but something was wrong. And this is the point where she's like, why do I feel so ugly today? And it's like, she's actually wearing an outfit that sounds quite normal.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why maybe that's what's throwing her off.
Wow, it's also black jeans. Is that not a sign of goth scandal?
You would think, but apparently not when Jessica wears them. So yeah, sleeveless yellow top. I was amazed it wasn't a silk tank top.
Same.
They usually tell us, but no, sleeveless yellow top, black jeans. Like, it actually sounds very nice.
Yeah,
so of course she's like, something's wrong, something's terrible. I need to put on a halter neck and some heels immediately for school,
and a silk bikini underneath.
Makes perfect sense. But yeah, so those were our outfits. It's much. It's
that's a
heavy.
lot.
It is. It was outfit heavy on the first half. So there's only, I think, 2 maybe for the second half.
Oh, okay.
But look, those were tremendous fun. So
I'm happy. God, bravo! They are like, I feel we've been just on a run of good outfits, and we've had all the goths, which has added to it. But sadly, we don't get any goth outfits in this.
No, but also to be fair, the goth outfits is giving them too much credit, because it's usually just black jeans and a black t-shirt.
I was going to say goth in inverted commas, but yes.
Well, yeah, it's implied, I guess, with this series. But yeah, so yeah, pretty healthy showing for the outfits there. Which
very much so, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, listeners, what did you think of Kiss of a Killer Part 1? Were you as dazzled by Raven Jonathan as we were?
The Raven's eyes turning blue.
Oh my God.
Jonathan's face. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
I watched K-pop Demon Hunters last night, which I strongly recommend if anybody hasn't seen it.
I have only heard amazing things about it. My brother was like, because I have a little niece who's 6 or 7 now, and she's obsessed with it. And he was like, you'd actually really like it. I was like, yeah, I think I will actually. I should just watch it.
It's so good. It's really funny and charming. But there's some very cool sort of demon emissaries in animal form that are very cute and entertaining. And one of them is a giant blue tiger, and one is a raven with multiple eyes who wears a little hat, one of those broad-brimmed hats that men wear in period K-dramas. And yeah, I'm thinking Raven Jonathan could wear one of them.
Nice. Yeah,
I think he'd pull it off. Like a little bonnet.
He needs some swag desperately.
Oh God, yeah, well, they couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
But yes, let us know what you think. We always love hearing from you. We are, of course, on all social media at SVH Podcast.
Yes, you can send us an email at sthpodcast@gmail.com. And we did get a lovely email from Katie Longstreth, who found herself a copy of the Sweet Valley High board game that she was very excited about. And honestly, I'm not surprised, because it's the best crack and such a fun game to play.
We have played it. We have played it together. It's very fun.
Yeah, it's great. I have a copy of it. I have it in my house. I got Anna and her husband over. We all played it together, and it was a great time. The boyfriend stealing is an integral part of gameplay.
Oh, it literally is.
So perfectly Sweet Valley. Like, it's just gas. It's great.
It's amazing. Mr. Collins is there.
Oh my God.
Not in boyfriend mode, don't worry.
No, thank God.
He's one of the chaperones, isn't he?
He is, that's right. Yeah. So have fun with that one, Katie, because it is tremendous.
Yes. Well, you had lots to say over on Instagram about the last episodes. And Abby Normal said, it's wild to think that the world's cringiest vampire was not written by Stephanie Meyer. I mean, it's news to all of us.
Honestly, we're all learning.
Claire PH said, is anyone else hoping for the plot twist that the young man is actually Joey turned vampire in Montana?
Oh my God. That would have been something.
And then Lyra Gallia said, he's Frank Cobra Jr. turned vampire.
Oh my God, what could have been?
Lucky Incident started the Tag Yourself companion thread. Book titles. I love that this has become a thing. Please keep doing it.
So funny.
So it started with Love and Infidelity, the Liz and Todd story, with a few dozen sequels, all with the same name, but completely different guys. So we have Love and Infidelity, the Liz and Todd story, Campfire Edition, The Implication. Maybe my boyfriend's best friend, brackets Ken part 1. Maybe my sister's boyfriend, Ken part 2. The unconscious coupling, Bruce part 1. The sarong in the kitchen, Bruce part 3. Maybe a werewolf. Maybe a henchman for a homicidal plastic surgeon at a spa that employs runaways.
Fucking hell.
Maybe my sister's boyfriend disguised as his twin, the Jeffrey years. Maybe in witness protection, the Jeffrey years. Maybe he's pretending to be fatally ill, the Jeffrey years, Bruce part 2.
God, this is so thorough and so accurate. It's so fucking funny.
There were a few shout-outs to Television Without Pity, which I think a lot of us were frequenters of back in the day in this thread, where Pippi Ann Shirley said it was the place that Laura Lee depended on to keep her abreast with all the shows she didn't care to watch, but all her best friends did.
Oh.
And the original version of Television Without Pity was Dawson's Rap, and it recapped Dawson's Creek, and it was by Wing Chun and Tara Ariano and Sarah Bunting, who went on to start Television Without Pity. But that was where I discovered Snarky Recaps. This would have been 1998. I used to read it on the one computer with internet in my office and print it out.
Oh, wow.
To take home.
Oh my God.
Because I couldn't spend too long on it.
Of course, yeah.
And basically this podcast probably wouldn't exist without that.
Yeah, the whole Snarky Recap thing, it probably can be traced back to like one or two websites in the 90s. Yeah.
I know that that Dawson's Rap was inspired by somebody who did 90210 recaps, like on Usenet or something. So, those are the origins. But yeah, this whole universe would not exist without it. So there were some more book, and the same thread had some more book titles. Bobbins and Buttons said, Spanish Childs and Disinterested Parenting, the Alice Wakefield story.
I did love the other one then from Bobbins and Buttons, Hang Gliding for Beginners with Stephen Wakefield.
And How to Monopolise the Local Music Scene by the Droids, The Complete Book of Law, Lawyering and Courts, an Ed Wakefield compendium.
Mr. Betty Confetti and everyone who isn't in chinos is evil. Lessons from the Gap's covert marketing in the Sweet Valley series.
Rainbow Dash said, Hands Off Parenting, the Wakefield Parents' Guide to Raising Twin Psychopaths. I love this from Abby Normal. Think Good Thoughts, a practical guide to medicine in Sweet Valley. Very relevant to this episode.
Yes, very much so. Rebel Haggis had How to Become a Wakefield by Taddy Mule with a foreword by Margot Black.
And finally, Lucky Incident said, Born to Run, Away Crying, the Sweet Valley Way.
Yes.
Olivia Y113 said, Oh my God, I just re-listened to the werewolf episodes. And if you include Margot, this would be the third time Liz had mistaken a dead blonde girl for Jessica. And all this during their junior high school year.
Oh my God, that's amazing. 3 times. K.W. Thomas Books said, by the time you're 16, you really should have learned to turn the corpse first, scream second.
Kai did quoted Jonathan, Jessica, I want to be with you forever. Imagine the immense regret he would feel and how quickly he would feel it if he managed to turn her into a vampire.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, do you know, she'd be like Harmony when she got turned into a vampire. It would be very that, wouldn't it? Just disgusted by everything.
My God, 100%. By the way, we got some hair info from Fury Girl 10. She said, I have super fine hair and the upside down hair zhuzh works for me. It might only give me volume for a few minutes, but it is a tool when your hair bun is roughly the size of a golf ball.
Oh.
Fair point.
Yeah, that's fair.
Rainbow Dash said, have none of these ghostwriters heard of fishnet tights? It's the eeasiest way to wear a black miniskirt and t-shirt instantly more goth.
100%. Yeah, that's all you need.
There's a lot of marveling at the goth style. Rainbow Dash also said, I'm trying so hard to picture Todd sexy in this book, but as a former high school teacher, I've seen enough of these transformations to know that his unshaved face is a bum fluff beard and 3 upper lip hairs. His clothes are far too clean to really be grunge, and he's missed a massive chunk at the back of his head when dyeing his hair.
That's actually so accurate. And some well-needed perspective.
Miss Pesty started the regular tag yourself this week.
Yes. So Miss Pesty said, I'm the store formerly known as the ski shop. Apparently skiing is so 80s, so I've rebranded and I'm now called the Gothic shop. Tux jackets, ties, black t-shirts for all these 90s kids, at least through the next book.
Lucky Insolent said, I'm Spike and I'm revolted by this Southern California vampire who rides motorcycles in the sunshine, murders kittens, lurks around a high school and still has the nerve to call himself a creature of the night. Get a grip, mate.
So fair. Rainbow Dash said, I'm Prince Albert and I pushed Jasmine out the door and into the waiting teeth of the young man. There's only room for one adorable animal sidekick in this town, baby.
Not that kind of MD said, I'm Bob. My lips have been so chapped. They're actually red and swollen. Well, he has been doing a lot of lip action.
Oh, God.
Sister Confetti lowered the tone even further, lest you think that is impossible, by saying, I'm the desperately horny bisexual ghostwriter, inadvertently telling on myself through imagery. Todd's milk flying through the air in slow motion. Jessica's drained and ruined pussy cat. Enid with fed hair as Jonathan looks red and flushed as if he's been working it out hard.
Oh my God.
No, it's gone too far. It's gone too far. But it's the books. I mean, the books are just leading the way.
That's true. Yeah. In fairness, I liked Fury Girl 10 also said, I'm Ken, going back to my long neglected water skiing skills on the lake at my house. Aaron and Winston told me about this hunkette who's a major water skier and she even hates the Wakefield twins. I'm composing a love letter now. I would love it if Nicole popped up again. I enjoyed her so much.
Same. Oh, wow. There's so many of them. Seriously. Really good. Go and read them all. I love this from Kai did. I'm the last whale oil salesperson in Southern California, and I can't believe my luck when this young man comes strolling through my door looking to light all his oil lamps.
Very fair.
Megan Barra said, I'm Jonathan Kane. I've lived for hundreds of years and thought I'd encountered every kind of horror and survived. But my defences are futile against Sweet Valley High kids who simply will not be deterred from having a party.
Do not get in the way of their party admin. Just stand aside and let it happen.
And Paper Morphology said, I'm the goth girl gang, willing to expand our aesthetic horizons when it comes to fashion. But you can take our smooth jazz for our cold flail hands.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I bet they were all still bet into their smooth jazz, even in this goth phase.
Well, listeners, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. We love hearing from you.
We really do.
It is always a delight. And if you like hearing from us, you can, of course, get us in your ears every week by signing up to HeadStuff Plus.
It's true, yes. Head over to headstuffpodcast.com. You can sign up for as little as €5 a month, and that'll get you access to all our lovely, juicy bonus content and the bonus content for all the other shows on the network too. So there's loads of stuff to work through. So we have like 4 entire series of us chatting about the Sweet Valley High TV show, which we mentioned earlier, which does like have a kind of running plot line of a soap that goes on in the background. But then there's one episode where it's like a fever dream and they're all in the soap. Like,
it was just so good.
It kept throwing us like these curveball episodes where it's just like everything's a Bond movie now for some reason. Like, it's so fun. Those episodes are all on YouTube as well at this stage. So you could like watch the episode and then listen to us chat about it. And there's like 4 entire series of that. Of course, at the minute we're working our way through the Caitlin series,
We
which
sure are.
is absolutely riveting. Like, I'm betting it's so fun. It's deranged. There's so much going on. The outfits are absolutely banging. Like,
amazing,
it is such
amazing.
A good time.
It's so good. It's basically like 80s Sweet Valley style.
It's kind of a throwback to golden age circle cover Sweet Valley. It's very much that vibe, but just with like a horse girl at boarding school who's an absolute nightmare. It's such good fun.
So good. I mean, she's well, no, I don't want to spoil it, lest any of you have no idea how the Caitlin books go, which is actually most of us, to be honest. So
I had never read them before. Like, my only point of reference for Caitlin was that she kind of popped up at the end of like a Sweet Valley book back in the day when it was like, oh, meet Caitlin Ryan. And I'm like, I don't care about Caitlin Ryan. Turns out I care a lot about Caitlin Ryan and all the associated characters of that universe. Because it's like, also, I mean, there's these weird overlaps with Sweet Valley too, where they're like recycling people's names. There's like a butler called Rollins. It's like the potential for crossover fan fiction is absolutely rife.
Seriously, like, I'm praying for some reference to somebody going to California and Rollins going to, sending a present to his niece or something like that.
Come on,
But not yet, but we live in hope. So we will, of course, see our PBA siblings in the clubhouse next week for Caitlin, The Love Trilogy, Book 2, Love Lost, Episode 2.
Oh, that's right. Yes, nice.
I got it right. Great.
Sure it is. Yeah. There's so much to get wrong.
So many moving parts, and the word love mentioned a lot.
Oh, the titles are terrible, but the books are great fun.
Yes, the one disappointing thing about this series is the titling, because it is terrible. But however, the books make up for it.
Yeah, everything else is good.
and Cressida's even doing her own version of the covers, because there's multiple covers. And but there's not enough to match. We're dividing these books into quite a lot of episodes, and Cressida has been providing us with enactments, and they are as amazing as ever. She's got the horses out.
Oh, sterling work. Claudia Winkleman is involved.
She's playing Caitlin's giant face.
You see, all of this out of context sounds like we've both lost our fucking minds, but I swear to God it makes sense if you listen to it.
It really does.
What are they talking about? Claudia Winkleman's giant face? What?
Find out by signing up to HeadStuff Plus. You know what to do. Again, by the way, thank you to everybody who has continued to buy my book. I really appreciate it. And if you do, please leave me 5 stars in the reviewing place of your choice. I cannot go to those places for the good of my sanity, but
it's better this way.
But I do appreciate knowing that there's quite a few of you have given me 5 stars there. So thank you very much. Please continue to do so. And yes, it is not as unhinged as the Caitlin books, but it's got some drama in it.
It does. It's a great fucking book. I loved it. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Unbiased for a reviewer there.
That's right.
When we will see all of you in 2 weeks' time in a very strange and terrifying place as we very sadly reach the end of the vampire line and find out what happens when Jessica goes to Jonathan's carpeted sex cave.
Oh, yes.
God, that really sounds like a euphemism. I can only apologise.
That is genuinely what it is.
It really is.
Oh my God.
Well, we'll see what happens there in 2 weeks' time when she gives in to The Kiss of a Killer, Part 2.
Oh my God.
See you then, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Road.
This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with HeadStuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.